saying the things you want, affirming them, speaking them in, and bringing those vibrations in, you can create them in your physical reality. So relating that to money, if you are a person and you want to generate more wealth, more income into your life, you're not going to generate more wealth and more income in your life if you're constantly thinking like a broke person. You know, you need to learn about money. You know, if you want to get more money, know about the energy of money, learn about financial, learn about the economic system. Like, these are the things that you need to learn about, you know, gain more knowledge about it so you can have the skill, you know, you can have the information about it, and then you'll be able to navigate through experiences. But you can't sit there and say you want to be wealthy and then stressing out because you ain't got gas money or don't know how to get gas money, you know, or stressing out because you got to live paycheck to paycheck. Is not going to happen. You're not leaving any room for any abundance or wealth to come into the space, you know. And a lot of times, you know, you have to understand.
All right, I'm gonna try this again. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going down, everybody? I'm going to share this on a few of my pages before I start talking, and hopefully we have a good conversation. Why you put the tongue out there? What's up, everybody? So, what's up? Peace. James R. Roach. Hope you're doing good this evening. So I had a message that I wanted to share with all of my sisters out there. You know, because I'm all about the whole natural woman movement. Hence Natural Woman magazine, the empowerment of women. And I was talking to some younger women earlier today, and we just so happened to get on the topic of knowing ourselves, knowing themselves, feeling comfortable with being a woman, feeling comfortable with your sexuality, being comfortable with your woman parts, meaning your yoni. And a lot of the women, and what a lot of the younger girls talking about this conversation, they kind of felt very, very uncomfortable. You feel me? They was like, ugh, they looked at it as like, ugh, that's nasty. Like, why would I do that? Like, why would I embrace my menstrual cycle? And I'm gonna tell you, like, fellas, all the men that are listening right now, this conversation is not for you. You are free to listen and join in, because hopefully you will learn something about the sisters that I'm gonna share with you guys tonight. But I am going to be talking about menstrual and and vaginas and woman parts, and really talking about some female stuff, because I really want this message to get out to the ladies out there. I think that's part of one of my missions, being a natural woman and being a person that's always talking about women's empowerment, is to really help our sisters out there understand the importance of listening to yourself, listening to your own voice, listening to the power of your womb, you know. And not, like, a lot of times women, like, when it comes to their sacred parts, that's what we're going to call it, sacred parts, you always think of how your sacred parts can please men, or please, you know, whoever your sexual partner with, or you never think about how your sacred parts are beneficial to you in your evolution as a woman. And that's super important. Everybody knows, if you have followed my blogs, if you follow any of my lives, I always shout out, especially when I'm talking about topics such as this, I'm always shouting out the Black Witchcraft class group. And when everybody says, oh, Black Witchcraft, oh gosh, when everybody talks about that, people like get scared or whatever, but that's really a powerful women's empowerment class for women of color. And I always recommend that class to any woman that's searching for wanting to learn how to empower herself, how to feel stronger, how to really be free being a woman and utilize all your power, because we are powerful creatures. And I always suggest you need to find the Black Witchcraft group. You can find their Facebook page. You can find the Mother Queen of the Black Witchcraft class, and that's Sister Ayalosa Olaomi. But the main thing they taught us, and I think it's so important that every woman, every little girl should know, is you building a relationship with your sacred parts as a woman. That's powerful, and that's super, super important. You know, if you sit back and you think about how you feel about yourself and your sacred parts, and that relationship or that I know it's so crazy. I'm getting a text message. Is that situation? What's up, Anna? How you doing, sweetie? I hope I see you in Baltimore soon. When we sit down and we think about if that connection you have with your sacred self, you feel me? If that connection you have with your sacred self isn't comfortable, and if it's negative, if you sit there and think about how people have wronged you, you being violated, if you have any guilt, a lot of shame, a lot of us store a lot of shame in our sacred areas, you definitely really need to take the time to break down those barriers so you can build a great relationship with yourself, because it's going to be powerful. There's a lot of women out there who want to run businesses, who have dreams, who have goals, who have things they really want to do. You feel me? And you have the ability to make all those things happen, make them all come true. You know, and a lot of times we limit ourselves because we want to feel that we limit ourselves because we want to feel like we need other things outside of us to help us. Oh, I got somebody texting me trying to distract me. So if I stop, just because I'm gonna block your texts. But you've been messing up my whole train of thought. Okay, so let's get to it. So if you are that woman out there who is ready to empower herself, who's ready to take things to the next level. You want to start that business. You're ready to make your dreams a reality, and sometimes you feel limited. You feel limited on how you can do that because you may not have the capital to do it. You may not have the money to do it. You may not have the time to do it. You may not have the things that you need to do the things that you want to do. And as a woman, and I'm speaking to my sisters specifically, you have all the power within you. You have all the guidance. You have the universe within you. People come, this is the portal to get into the human world, is through the woman. You building a relationship with your sacred self is essential, very essential for you to be empowered so you can start achieving those goals that you want to achieve. You feel me? If you don't got a good relationship with your pussy, if you ain't got a good relationship with your yoni, if you are not feeling that connection, if you ain't feeling good about it, you're giving up, I would say 85% of 99% of your power. It's power in that. And I just think that it's so important that we teach our women, especially the young girls, not 3 or 4 or 5, but the girls that they begin to start going into puberty, the importance of valuing their sacred parts and how important that it is, to them, how you can feel empowered. Because a lot of times, if you take the time to listen to your sacred parts, you could avoid a lot of the issues that you go through in life. When it comes to the men that you're dealing with, when it comes to your situations, you know, a lot of times we don't even listen to ourselves because we don't know how to trust ourselves. And the reason why we don't know how to trust ourselves is because we don't know how to love ourselves. You know, and if you are in that situation and you're always looking for something outside of yourself, you know, some external, you know, mystical being outside of you to guide you, you feel me? Then you're gonna have it's gonna be difficult for you to navigate and utilize all the power that you have to manifest things in life. You know, because a lot of people sit there, we talk about, you know, we sit down and we talk about you know, law of attraction, you creating your reality and making things happen. You know, that stuff can happen, but it's the inner work that we have to do with ourselves. And being women, you know, we magnetize. We draw things to us. We make things come to us. You feel me? You know, and so you said, I thought you meant smile. I need to pay attention. Okay, these comments, y'all off the chain with these comments. And so because of that, you know, I really want women to really, really, really take the time to know and listen to your Yoni. It's going to guide you in the right direction. And if you take the time to really develop that relationship with yourself when you listen to it, I'm telling you, you ain't gonna be messing with the bums that you've been messing with. You know, you ain't gonna get caught into those situations that you're gonna be caught up to. And it's deeper than women's intuition. You know, it's an actual second brain that we have. You know, you feel me? It's an actual brain that we have within us. And it's important that you learn to take all your power back and listen to that. You know, like take it back and listen to that. Listen to it, honor it, you know, learn how to trust yourself, because life is about us creating our realities. You know, a lot of times the world will try to distract you and make you want to think that life is about, you know, getting a job, surviving, and all this other kind of stuff. But life is what you make it. You're here on this earth for certain experiences. And so those experiences, you can have the best of the experiences or you can have the worst of the experiences. It's all about how you are going to vibrate, but you are in control of all of it. So if you're in situations right now where you feel stuck, where you feel like you have no way out, where you feel like you're the victim and everything just keeps happening to you over and over and over again, I'm here to tell you that you have the power to control that and change that. You got to start listening to yourself. You got to start trusting yourself. You got to start understanding yourself. You know, a lot of times when they teach us about sexual education, about our bodies and things of that nature, we're learning about the physical functions of them. We don't know about the spiritual connection we have with them. You know, you don't learn about Yoni breathing. You know, you don't know, they teach you about how to squeeze it in and out to make you better sexually, but they don't know how to teach it to you to where you can be empowered spiritually to be a powerful woman in this existence. You feel me? And so it's super important that we use our platforms. We take our sister times that we have to start empowering each other and start teaching our daughters, especially our daughters that are coming into puberty, you know, the power of the Yoni. You know, it ain't just about sex. It's all about, you know, that's your treasure. You know, that's your treasure. And it can guide you into some great situations if you knew how to listen to it. And it's super important that you should do so. So, thank you guys for tuning in. I don't think nobody asked me any questions. These comments are crazy. But Prigmore says, as a man, I do the same. Use my confidence not to get what I want yet. A first step to what I want. Okay, I can dig that. And a quote says, speak to the universe. Yeah, the inner universe is within you. I thought you meant smile. I need to pay attention. I'm not sure what he meant by that. And Azizah said, I'm so glad I finally catch you live. Oh, well, that's what's up. I'm glad you was able to catch me too. But I just wanted really to talk about the power in trusting yourself. Trust your pussy. And one thing I've learned is knowing how to make the connection of, like, if your mind and your sacred space agree on whatever situation. Like I make this a habit. Any situations that I'm about to enter into, any decisions that I need to make, if the time is appropriate, because sometimes things happen fast and you got to think fast, but really a lot of major things I take time. Like, you know, some people sit there and pray. You know, you sit there and pray, go to the altar and all that kind of stuff. I do that too. But I take the time to get quiet and I listen to myself, right? It's super important, taking the time to quiet and listen to yourself. And I'm looking for alignment between my mental space and my sacred space. Those two parts have to agree. They have to agree. They have to agree in any situation. And if you learn how to have faith in it's like your own inner guidance system that we have. You learn how to have faith in that. If you learn how to develop that to the point where, you know, you don't need anything outside of you to tell you about what's going on within you. Like you will be a mighty, mighty force in this world. And you can make a lot of things happen and make great changes and transform your life. You know, because no one ever has to be the victim. But, you know, you got to really pay attention to the things that you're giving your energy to. You know, a lot of times a lot of women spend so much of their time searching for love and associating sex with love that they spend and waste so much energy on men who are just taking and taking and taking and taking and taking from them. You feel me? And they're just taking and taking and taking and taking from them, and they're not getting anything back. And and all that stuff being taken from you, all of your energy, all of your essence being taken from you, starts to make you feel lower and lower and lower. And the whole issue started with you not loving yourself. You know, when you start loving yourself, you're not going to allow people to do the messed up things they have been doing to you. You feel me? If you take the time to truly love yourself, you're going to be eating right. You know, when you take the time to listen to your sacred self, you're going to make sure you give it the foods that it needs to function properly. You know, and you can tell if you're not truly in tune with your sacred space by how it smells, you know, by the discharge that comes out of it, you know, how it feels when you have sexual intercourse, you know, even on your menstrual cycle, how painful, if you have really, really painful menstrual cycles, you know, if your menses, I guess if your period blood, as it comes out, if it's really dark, if it's really, really a lot of blood clots and stuff like that in it, that's telling you a lot that you have a toxic sacred space, you know, and we can change all of that, but you gotta start listening to your pussy. You got to start listening to yourself. And it's super important, especially with women in business, which is one of the reasons why I'm talking about this tonight is because the newest issue of Natural Woman magazine is coming out on Friday. And we call that the Money Moves issue. Normally, our March issues have to... Shut up, Dre. Oh, my gosh. You would come in right when I said that. But the Money Moves issue... women's empowerment, but the whole key of it is to empower women to listen to themselves and knowing how to trust themselves when it comes to their financial endeavors, when it comes to business. You know, a lot of times, like, women have to understand that we are very different from men. Even though it's this fight for equality with men, we're very, very different than men. You know, how we feel is different, how we do business is different, and there are a lot of different things that a woman, and I'm talking about a woman because I am a woman. I have experience being a woman and the power that we have. I'm not a man, so fellas, if you feel left out of this conversation, like, well, what about the brothers? Like, don't bring that to me right now. I'm not with that. Like, I don't know. What about you guys? Somebody got to do a video to help men know how they can manifest, use their masculine energy and feminine energy to manifest things like that. So, well, y'all do have the greatest thing ever created. Hey, if it wasn't created, none of us would be here, right? Like, that's super, super true. So I'm just saying all of this to say, you know, you can be a phenomenal businesswoman when you listen to your P. And when I say P, I'm talking about your sacred space, your PUSSY. You know, you can be a phenomenal, you know, whatever it is you want to be, a designer. You know, you wanted to start a restaurant. Even if you just want to heal yourself, keep your house clean. You know, all these things can be achieved by simply learning how to listen to the P. Asada, she says, I've been following you since the yoga vegan, and I remember you saying you took your health and life into your own hands. I honor you, dear sister. Each time I listen to you speak to my soul. If I just come across a video speaking to me, Lolo, speak, what you're doing, all things. Oh, that's what's up. That's definitely what's up. And that's how my journey started, you know, taking my health into my own hands. Like, my biggest fear in life was being a diabetic, you know, and at 22, I was faced with that. And at that point, I had to say, okay, I need to make some changes. What changes do I need to make? And then and the way I found out was listening to myself. You know, all the answers that I needed to be healthy was within myself. You know, you don't catch diseases. Well, they say you don't catch colds, you catch low vibrations. Every disease, every illness, every situation that we deal with has a lot to do with
vibrating. You know, and if you change your vibration, oh, okay. Somebody wanted to come in and they backed out. They were scared. They didn't want to talk. But if you change your vibration, you change your entire life, and you can change the things that you attract into your life. Nothing is by chance. You know, everything is in our control, and we can create our reality. So it's super important, ladies, that you take the time to listen to the P. And I stress this in every video I do, every lecture that I give. If you read any of my 2 books that I've written and have sold all across the country, you know I am a firm believer in you creating your reality. You feel me? And you have the power to create the best reality for you, you know? And the only way for you to get there is to go within. You know, taking the time to go within, you know, and I still have to go within and work. Like, everybody's a work in progress. You know, I'm not telling you this stuff because I found the way and I'm perfect. I just know, like, we all as humans right now, we're all going through this evolution, this cosmic thing where we're evolving, where we're wanting to go deeper into who we are, where, you know, the whole dynamic, the financial structure is changing within the world. The spiritual structure is changing in the world. Things are changing and people need direction. And it's important for those of us who have tapped into the information and have been given the jewels to share with others. It's important for us to share that information for each other so we can continue to help each other to grow, you know, because it's a lot of other women out there talking the same things that I'm telling you right now, just like it's a lot of other people talking about a lot of different of the same things. And it's all important because all of us are going, as a human family, we're all elevating and going to different places. And it's super important that, you know, all of us be light. So me just sharing this information is just me just being light and sharing it. And hopefully it comes at a time where somebody actually wants to hear it, you know, or actually needed to hear this. You know, some lady, some sister is out there right now saying, oh my gosh, I needed to hear this because I do need to listen to myself. You know, every situation that I have been in, I myself has been there. You feel me? You have been there. And a lot of times we don't even listen. We don't even listen, and we just do some stuff to get us in messed up situations when all we have to do is really listen and trust ourselves, you know? And that's the key, listening and trusting yourself, you know, being really in tune with your environment and your reality and knowing that you are creating the situations. And sometimes you don't create every situation that comes to you, you know, because a lot of times people take that like, oh, I manifested the car accident. I didn't want a car accident to happen. No, but your vibration, you know, paying very close attention to the vibration that you're giving off in the midst of whatever situation that you're going through will help you, will help you navigate to it will just help you navigate through life better. Because a lot of times we go through shit, you know, and we go through shit sometimes not because we created it, but because we needed that situation or the experience to help us grow into the person that we need to grow to, so we can be able to obtain the things that we want to manifest. So I said it to say if you want to be a wealthy individual, you feel me, and you want to manifest money, or I don't want to say money, manifest more wealth, you know, generate more income. And when I say wealth, I'm not talking about a few $1,000s, but generating wealth to where, you know, you can pass down to your family. You have to be able to vibrate on that level. And a lot of people are like, well, how can I vibrate on the level of being wealthy when I only got $3 in my pocket? You know, you have to create the vibrational blueprint, you know, that's important for whatever it is you want to bring into your reality, because everything is vibration. Science has proven that. I'm not talking no Hebla stuff. This is scientifically proven. Quantum physics. Everything is vibrating at a specific frequency. And because of that, we have the ability to manipulate and create our reality the way we see fit. So a lot of times, if you can create the vibrational blueprint within your mind, visualizing, saying the things you want, affirming them, speaking them in, and bringing those vibrations in, you can create them in your physical reality. So relating that to money, if you are a person and you want to generate more wealth, more income into your life, you're not going to generate more wealth and more income in your life if you're constantly thinking like a broke person. You know, you need to learn about money. You know, if you want to get more money, know about the energy of money, learn about financial, learn about the economic system. Like, these are the things that you need to learn about, you know, gain more knowledge about it so you can have the skill, you know, you can have the information about it, and then you'll be able to navigate through experiences. But you can't sit there and say you want to be wealthy and then stressing out because you ain't got gas money or don't know how to get gas money, you know, or stressing out because you got to live paycheck to paycheck. Is not going to happen. You're not leaving any room for any abundance or wealth to come into the space, you know. And a lot of times, you know, you have to understand that it's not your present situation that matters. You know, your present situation can be really jacked up right now, but that is always constantly forever changing. You know, and however you want things to navigate is based upon how you're thinking and how you vibrating. All right, so Nikita says, basically by staying positive or having a nice attitude, no matter how bad things are or what you're going through, you can make the experience better. Yeah, like sometimes stuff happens and you get mad, and that's okay. You may not like the situation, and that's okay, but use that as motivation to like not get stuck in a situation. So yes, like, you know, say your car broke down and you got to go a few weeks without a car. And I'm speaking from personal experiences. I've had this situation happen to me plenty of times. You know, it could be jacked up at the time. You feel me? It can be like, oh, this is stressed up, this is bad, but I know the situation isn't gonna last forever. You know, so I'ma be happy about the situation because it can always be better. You feel me? Like, and that's sometimes the mentality that you need to have. Like, no matter what it is you're going through, be grateful because it can always be better. It can always be worse. You feel me? And while you're being grateful, you know, that power of gratitude is very, very powerful because that helps you set the blueprint for more of the things that you're grateful for to happen. And this is super true. I'm not just talking no gospel stuff. This is actual true fact. And if you're a person out there, you know, and if you're going through actively creating your life, creating a reality and making things happen that, you know, making your dreams happen, like, you understand that your attitude means everything. It means any and everything. Your attitude means everything. And sometimes, you know, you can't get mad at situations. Sometimes you just got to deal with it. But know that the situation ain't going to last forever. You know, it's going to change. It's definitely going to change. And you have the power to make it change, but attitude is important. So yeah, it's like, you know, some things can be bad. And then I don't want people to think like, okay, I keep going through messed up. If you keep going through messed up stuff over and over and over and over again, then, you know, it's something that you're doing that's attracting that. So you got to make sure that you're not in a cycle of, things happening to you that are very similar. You got to pay attention to the cycles and the things you go through, and make better decisions. Learn how you can change them and learn from your situations. Everything is a learning experience, and you have to be able to learn from your situations. You have to be able to trust yourself, especially my sisters out there. Learn how to listen to your Yoni. Listen to the power of your P. Listen to the power of your P. Listen to the power. If you sitting there, if you ain't feeling that brother, if you ain't feeling him, do not give him none. You feel me? If you somewhere and it don't feel right, listen to that voice. Listen to it. It's going to save you a lifetime of trouble. Robert M. Dickerson, you said, how do you know the point of manifestation? Example, I've been wanting to have an Acura the last few months. I even posted a pic on my walls. Now I'm seeing them everywhere. Am I manifesting it yet? Yes, that's the indicator. That's an indication. When that happens, that's indication that, yes, you are manifesting it. It is coming. So you have to believe that it's going to come and be on the lookout for the opportunities for, them to happen, because a lot of times, and I don't want people to get stuck into this when we talk about manifestation and law of attraction. Do not sit there and think that all you have to do is sit there and think about it, print pictures about it, and it's going to just miraculously come. It's not that simple a lot of times. Sometimes you have to make, you have to set up the vibrational blueprint for it to happen. So even if that's, it's always like you got to put some work behind your prayers. You got to put some work behind your visualizations, so you have to make sure you're making the necessary on the physical realm, making those moves as far as either saving more money, start looking for new cars, pricing it, going out doing a test drive of the car if that's what you want, smelling it, getting all your visual senses in the midst of it to the point where that car is yours. And you don't know how the car is going to come, and that's the tricky part, because a lot of times when we're manifesting things and we want to manifest stuff, we want to be in control of how it's going to come. And a lot of times we can't be in control of how it's going to come. It's not that simple. A lot of times you got to be open, so the whole thing is, continue to do that work, that manifestation. The fact that you're seeing Acuras everywhere is letting you know that you are attracting it, so keep it up and be open and don't give up. And then making sure that you're focused on it, because it will come, but you have no control on how it comes. And I say that because I remember a friend of mine, she wanted a car, looking for a car really, really bad, didn't know how she was going to get a car, and just praying for this car. And she ended up getting a new car, but the way she got the car was not how she expected. Her one of her family members passed away and left her their brand new car that they had. So you have no control on how things manifest. You just got to know what it is you want and be sure of what you want, because a lot of times we ain't ready for what we pray for. And a lot of times we don't really want what we pray for. And so that's where the whole thing of knowing thyself is super, super duper important. And that's why I tell my sisters it's important that you listen to the people. For the brothers, I don't know if it's that, I don't know if your sacred space, it has an internal voice. I know it's not the portal, but if you had an internal voice where you can listen to it, and it tells you, no, I don't think I should do that. I don't think I should get into that. Then listen, then do that. But for the sisters, I'm telling you, listen to the P. It will really help you with your manifestations, and it's really going to help you with creating the best reality for yourself. Because you can have everything. Everything is all vibration. But you got to change your attitude, and then you got to grow emotionally. A lot of people are emotionally immature. They don't know how to be emotionally intelligent. And that's super important when it comes to manifesting, because your emotion is kind of like the current. It's like the current. It's the fuel. It's that glue that attracts the things that you want to you. And your emotions they manage your vibrations. You feel me? So I always have this thing where I tell people, because they say your thoughts create reality, but it's really your thoughts, create the vision But in order to vibrationally attract that thing it is you want to you, you have to be emotionally balanced. Like, you have to bring it in through your emotions. So like I said, if you are a person and you want love in your life, you know, you want to attract new love, you probably ain't gonna attract new love into your life if you're still feeling sorry for yourself, or if you're still thinking about the men that or women that have done you wrong in the past. Like, you know, you have to be able to feel differently and think differently, and your thoughts and your feelings have to be in alignment to each other. Like, that's the secret right there. Like, that's what all these books have been trying to tell you. Like, that's what I've written in all my books, and that's what it is. It's a simple thing. People have been talking about it for years. Your thoughts equated with your emotional vibration creates your reality. You know, so if you feel fucked up, then more than likely your life is fucked up. You know, and if you have a hard time trying to figure out, like, if it's really you bringing the jacked up stuff into your life, or the universe, you're cursed, or if it is karma, you know, use your physical world as indicators of how bad things are. Like, if you are a person and your house is always messy and your house is always cluttered and stuff looks jacked up, then a lot of times, you know, that's an indicator that you got some stuff going on internally. You feel me? Just like if your kitchen is always messy and dirty, it's not clean, then I guarantee that you're not as healthy as you should be. You feel me? Your bedroom. You know, if your bedroom is always messy, you don't want nobody in your bedroom and things of that nature, that's an indicator that, you know, things in your personal life could be pretty jacked up. So, yeah, man, it's super duper duper key. Duper key. So let me see if I have any more questions. Everybody's just tuning in. Anybody want to join in and chime in with this conversation? Anybody want to sit back and chat it up? Ladies, have you experienced the power of your sacred space? And when you experience the power of your sacred space, how did that make you feel? You know, how did it change your life? Because there's power in that. You know, and that's important. A lot of times we don't pay attention to what our Yoni is trying to tell us. And when we don't pay attention to it, that's when things really get jacked up. That's when life really starts to get difficult, because we ain't listening. You know, we too busy, got either other people in our mind space, you know, we listening to the wrong people, you know, we ain't listen to ourselves. And then it's like we done been so manipulated generations when it comes to spirituality and all that kind of stuff, that we don't know how to trust ourselves. We trust it better. We feel more secure when we're praying to something outside of ourselves. You feel me? We're not really taught to trust ourselves. We're not really taught that everything that's on the outside is a reflection of what's inside. You know, I really get deep in this, like quantum fit, like science, like they can't even prove if our physical reality is actually real or if it's just a holographic image. Everything that we are experiencing physically is a reflection of everything that we're feeling internally. You know, so only you can be in control of that. Only you can have true happiness. You know, you just got to let stuff go, but you got to learn how to listen to the P ladies. Fellas, get you a woman to know how to listen to herself. You know, listen to herself. And you got to respect her. Respect her when she tell you, you know, when she tell you what she knows. You know, so that's all I wanted to chat with you guys about today. But I was, like I said earlier, I was talking to some of our young female youth in my city earlier today, and we were talking about just our relationship we have with ourselves as women, our relationship with our sacred space. And a lot of the young girls felt uncomfortable when we started talking about, you know, our sacred spaces as women. How do you feel about your menstrual cycle? How do you feel about, you know, your body? How do you feel about your, you know, vagina, things of that nature? And the girls felt really, really uncomfortable. And that was really kind of, sad because these girls are 15, 16, 17 years old, and they, feel uncomfortable or feel nasty when they think about the most sacred spaces on their body. And that's not cool. And it's super, super important that women know and understand the power of listening to your P and developing a relationship with yourself to where you can trust yourself and know when you are, about to be in, deep waters, or trust yourself to know when you can accept happiness. A lot of times we don't even trust ourselves so much that we won't even accept anything good to happen to us. We always sabotage it in a way. You got to learn how to trust yourself, so trusting your P is important. But I'm about to bounce, y'all. I got stuff to do. I just wanted to come on live because I haven't talked to you guys about anything deep in a while. I know y'all be missing me, but you can always catch me in some of the things that I talk about. All you got to do is follow Natural Woman Magazine, www.naturalwomanmagazine.com or www.asknaturalwomanmagazine.com. Our newest issue drops Friday. That's the Money Moves issues. Ladies, if you trying to get your bankroll up, you feel me? You trying to take your business to the next level. You trying to learn more about finances and how to invest money and just the metaphysical aspect of money and how it relates to you as a woman. You need to be copping the newest issue of Natural Woman Magazine. And it's super easy. It's super, super easy for you to catch it. All you got to do is go to the website. It's in the description box of this video. Just go to the website and subscribe. Leave your name and your email. Bam, and you in. And every issue that drops, it goes to your inbox. And if you ain't with the online situation and you just want a print copy, you go to the Natural Woman Magazine website. We have instructions on how you can order you a copy of Natural Woman Magazine. So it's all about empowering each other, sisters. It's all about empowering. If it wasn't for another woman empowering me, I wouldn't be able to help empower other women. I wouldn't be able to do the things that I'm doing now. So we all got to be light towards each other. We all got to share that information with each other, and we all have to uplift each other. And I'm telling you, sisters, start to learn how to listen and trust your sacred space. Learn how to listen and trust yourself and give yourself the love you never received. That's key. Sometimes it's hard, and this is for the men too. Sometimes it's hard to know growing up you didn't get all the love you needed from your mama, the love you needed from your granddaddy, your daddy, your cousins or whatever. You didn't get the love that you needed, and you grow up hurt, you grow up in pain trying to search for that love, and it puts you in jacked up relationships, and you keep going through a bunch of messed up stuff because you're just searching for this love. Well, I'm here to tell you that you need to stop searching and love for yourself. Fill those holes up and just love yourself. Forgive and let go. Because once you start loving and trusting yourself, it's easier for you to be able to listen to yourself, and you can learn about the different parts of yourselves that are talking to you. Because ladies, I'm telling you, if you learn how to listen to your sacred space, it's going to tell you a lot about yourself that will help you improve your life. But you have to build that relationship with yourself. You got to listen to yourself, and you got to trust yourself. If you can't trust yourself, if you can't trust yourself in 2016 with all this bullshit happening in the world, gun people shooting schools down, Trump president, all this kind of stuff, you need to be able to trust yourself. So when it's time for you to bounce, you can be like the birds and the squirrels, because if it's a natural disaster or some bull crap happening, look at the animals around you. They will tell you when some stuff going down. That's how connected they are. You feel me? We need to learn how to be that connected and learn how to trust ourselves, because it's your inner guidance system is key. That's where God is. The biggest trick that was ever played on us, and this is not just black people, this ain't just women, this ain't just men, this is all of us, is that God was something outside of who we are, when God is in each and every one of us, and collectively we are, a reflection of the divine. You really got to understand that. But I know that's a big fleet. A lot of us, we've been programmed through Christianity and slavery to believe in and love an oppressor God that, you know, put our ancestors in slavery and dehumanize them, you know, and that's the religion that we still uphold like it is the world. And it's all because we're afraid. You know, we're afraid, but once you know, a lot of times, like, it's gonna come a point where you want to stop living in fear. You know, that it's gonna come a point where you are gonna want to stop living in fear and face your fear so you can get to the next level. You feel me? And here to say, God is within yourself. You ain't gotta search no more. Your ancestors are within you. You feel me? All the gods and goddesses that you want to pray to, even if it's Jesus Christ himself, they are all within you because the universe is within you. And if you want to say this stuff is crazy, okay, go with it. But they tell y'all the same thing in church. They tell y'all the same thing in all these other religions. But, you know, y'all don't hear it. Y'all just hear whatever the pastor, the minister is saying. You feel me? But I am out of here, y'all. And everybody keeps chiming in. I'm glad y'all enjoyed the conversation, yo. Keep commenting on the video if you like it. I read the comments. But yeah, check out Natural Woman Magazine. You got any questions for the queen? Just visit the website. Leave a comment in the comment section, y'all. But until next time, peace.